class, session 1 of the week. We're going to go ahead and get started with some modified versions of our traditional Fab 5 exercises. And hopefully you're feeling good. It's the beginning of the week, or the first session of your week. And hopefully you feel good about what you've done last week, and we'll just go right in and carry over into this week. So there's 4 sessions this week, and so this is our first traditional week of 4 days. And then next week we have our spring break. So 4 good sessions this week, and let's go ahead and get started. Chest expansion. So again, we are practicing the scooping in a kneeling position, rounding the back, tilting those hips and pelvis forward, rounding the shoulders, creating that C position or scooped position of the spine. Exhaling as you expand the chest, inhaling as you close. Good, let's go down for dynamic. So lead with your hands a little bit away from table position, hips come down, and now we're going to transfer our weight back and forward. Last one. Good. All right, table position for cat and cow. So remember that we are tilting or pulling the hips, the pelvis forward as we are rounding and lifting that back up. Head comes down for cat. And then we're going to come up for cow with the head and back with the hips. And just alternating between the two. I like to exhale on the cow, inhale on the cat. It's up to you. One more. All right, let's come down to a seated position. We're going to come down onto our backs today. So for our 100, so go ahead and bring your knees with you. Come down to your back. Remember to scoop, come down, bring the knees with you, 90-degree bend, arms outstretched, and go ahead and begin your 100. 5 pumps for an inhale, 5 pumps for an exhale. Keeping count on your fingers if you need to. Remember, we're scooping, holding that position, breathing continuously and consistently with the pumps, chin to chest. When you're done, go ahead and bring your feet down and your head down. We're going to go into our leg circles for warm-up. Remember, one leg is up. We're going to go ahead and slightly bend that knee, and we're going to open that hip up. Okay, so just opening, angling that knee and that foot out to the side, and we're just going to go ahead and begin circling. So a nice comfortable size circle for you. One thing I want you to be aware of when you're circling is when this leg comes towards my trunk, I want to see if I can actually pull it in a little bit. So not just allow the leg to do the work, but proactively, so pulling the leg to get a little bit more of that range of motion in that circle. Let's go ahead and reverse. Keeping the rear on the floor, we're just pulling that leg towards you. And this leg will go down and we'll switch legs. Bend, open, circle with pulling the leg in. Remember, we want to maintain that open angle of the hip. We're going to reverse the circle, pulling the leg towards you. Good. All right, let's go ahead and bring this leg down. All right, so we're going to begin our session. So again, each exercise one at a time. So this is a first time for a lot of these exercises. So this single leg today is going to be a modified version. Both feet are going to be off the ground, but one leg is doing the work. So head and shoulders off the mat, chin to chest, scooping. And I'm just going to extend one leg out and pull it in. So I'm keeping one leg static and pulling in the other leg as it comes back. So nice and slow. And let's switch legs. Out and in, out and in. Controlled movement, scooping, breathing. One more. And head down and feet down. Nice. All right, so the next one is double leg, and we're modifying this as well. So arms are going to come out to the sides when we leave our knees that are bent at the center. So go ahead and bend your knees, pull them in, hands over the top, head and shoulders up, chin to chest, scooping. Now, when I extend my legs, I'm going to reach out to the sides with my arms. Out and in. Gather the knees again. Staying scooped. Breathe. One more. Good. Head down, feet down, arms down. We're bridging. Here we go. Hips up, locking in at the top, pull it down. Remember, locking in means come on up, tightening the glutes, quads, hamstrings, lower back is stable, abdominals are pulled in and down. Release. Exhale up, lock it in, come on down, release. Exhale up, come on down, inhale. Last one, up, exhale. Down, inhale. Nice. All right, so modified version of crisscross. We're going to practice the same single leg work. So I'm going to, same movement as that single leg. However, now I am rotating towards the bent knee. So my shoulders stay elevated. I'm just rotating. Other leg is static, stationary, keeping the rear on the mat, breathing, scooping, all of those wonderful things happening here. One more, and we're going to switch. Here we go, other side. Oops. back to center, rotate. Last one. Good. Head down, feet down. Nice. Okay, so next one is our double straight, and we're going to modify this as well today. So we're just going to add a parted V at the top. When we lower with that V position, we're going to close the legs at the bottom and then lift back up and start again. So watch me. Legs are up, head and shoulders up, hands behind my neck. I'm going to part my legs, lower my legs, close my legs at the bottom, lift the legs together, part again, okay? Remember, staying scooped, exhale as you lower, keep that low back connected to the mat. Here we go, down in V, close, lift, open, down, close, lift, open, down, close, lift, open, down, close, and lift. Good. Feet down, head down, arms down. We're going to practice another bridge exercise. So the bridge work is the same. We're lifting the hips, holding at the top, but now we're going to add some arm work. So the arm work will be scissoring, okay, underneath our hips. So watch me. I'm going to lift my hips, slightly elevate my arms, and I'm just going to hold my hips up while I scissor parallel to the floor. And when my hips are ready to come down, I'll bring my hips down with my arms down, okay? So as we lift in an exhale, we're going to start scissoring the arms, and then when we lower, we'll inhale at the bottom. Here we go, ready, up. Down. Inhale. Up, exhale. Scissor. Down, inhale. Up, exhale. Down, inhale. One more. Up, exhale. Scissor. And down, inhale. Nice. All right, roll up holds. Go ahead and extend your legs out a little bit. Arms are still at our sides. Remember, we are lifting and holding. Here we go. Head, shoulders, scooping, tightening, engaging, breathing, and down. Exhaling at the top, inhaling at the bottom. Here we go. Up. Remember to squeeze those inner pelvic floor muscles, tightening those glutes, pressing that back down, up, pulling those abdominals down and in, and down, and one more, up, and down. Roll to your side, push yourselves up, seated position for roll downs. Hands on the knees here. Collapse the spine, let go of the knees, lean back, staying scooped. And up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale down. And up. Good. All right, so we have lean back on our hands today. So we've done the elbows. The hands just simply mean I'm going to reach back and out to support my trunk, okay? I can slightly bend my elbows or keep them locked out. It's really up to you. So we are doing single leg extensions. So we're gonna go ahead and bring our knees in and lift our feet up off of the mat. Lifting our rib cage, holding this position here, I'm going to extend one leg out, pull it in, extend the other leg out, and pull it in. Alternating. Breathe. Tall chest, tall abdomen. One more each leg. Good. All right, come forward. Legs together. So we have this exercise called rowing. This is a new exercise. And again, we're really practicing the scooping, but we're also going to add a bonus stretch over the top of our legs. So after that last exercise, that seated balance exercise, this is a good exercise for us. So we're simulating a rowing move. So legs are together, hands are interlocked, palms facing down, out in front of our, or over our legs. I'm going to collapse my spine, let it go. And as I lean back, I'm going to pull my hands with me. My elbows will be at about chest height out to my sides. I'm going to pull my interlocked hands down the center of my body as I lean back to a comfortable spot. Here's this position. Now, when I start to pitch forward, I'm going to let go of my hands and reach back. Staying scooped, reach back, and now from here, I'm going to sweep my arms around and flatten my back into a front stretch. See that? Now scoop, pull the arms in, lean back, reach back, flat back. You'll have to excuse my son in the background if you can hear him screaming. He's playing a video game on his lunch break. So he's nice and loud. Continuous breathing, continuous movement. So you're only going back as far as you know you can come back up or come forward comfortably. Okay, you don't want to get stuck. It's constant movement. Good. One more. Good. Okay, so that's a nice stretch of that low back. We're going to go into seated balance. We've practiced this before with our feet off the ground. Hands are under our thighs here. And from here, I'm going to only extend one leg up, okay? Now, as I extend that leg up, I'm going to lift my chest up. So it's like a V position, right? Until then, I'm going to scoop. So I'm holding my knees in this position, my back is rounded, okay, and I'm balancing here on my tailbone. Now from here, I'm going to lift one leg up and just slightly lean back with the chest, and I've pressed or pushed my abdomen forward slightly. Come back down, other leg up, down, up, down, up, down, and up, and down. One more, and up, and down. Good. Let's go ahead and go into spine stretch, parted legs, arms up, pitch forward for that stretch over the top. Pull the arms in, scooping, lifting, flat back, exhale over the top. Inhale up, exhale over. One more spine stretch. to mermaid. Legs to our side today. So remember, find a comfortable position. Legs off to your side. We're going to keep our trunk nice and vertical as much as possible, right? Trying to stay centered. One hand on the shin, other hand out. We're going to go ahead and let go of the mat and just assist ourselves, staying seated tall. Just a slight side bend. Come back over. Let go of the shin. Slight bend of the elbow and slight leaning. Again, repeat. I'm going to go nice and slow the first time through with the mermaid. We're just really actively stretching the sides of our trunk as well as our hip. So our connection here, our hip in that waist area. It's our last one. Good. We're going to go ahead and switch our legs to the other side. Hold on to the shin or the ankle. We're going to go ahead and bend. Make sure you're sitting up tall. All right, let's go to knee hug and center ourselves before we turn over for our back exercises. So when we turn over, today we're going to practice what's called slow swim. And so this morphs into a bigger, more dynamic, stronger exercise, but we're going to start off with slow swim. Just to get, to learn how the movement is oriented, and then also build upon that, okay? So right now we're just turning over onto our tummies, and we're just slowing it down, okay? And how we do that is we make sure that one arm and one leg is on the floor constantly, okay? So my trunk, my torso is on the mat, but my chest is elevated. So I'm resting here on my bent arms. You see this? So there's this space here. My legs are going to lift one leg at a time. So when I lift my leg, one leg at a time, I'm going to press my pelvis down and keep my other leg grounded or on the floor. So it's the entire leg lifting, keeping it locked out, okay? The arm, when I lift my arm at the same time as the leg, it's just elevating from that position, okay? That prone position down on the floor. We're not over rotating, right? Or leaving the rib cage. The rib cage stays connected to the mat, and we're just lifting that arm at the same time as we're lifting the opposite leg. So I am going to lift my right arm with my left leg. Lower. I'm going to lift my left arm with my right leg. And down. We're going to alternate between the two lifts, breathing, making sure that our abdomen is connected, our hips are pressing down, glutes are engaged, breathing consistently as much as we can with our chest connected to our rib cage, connected to the mat. Lungs are slightly compressed, but with the chest elevated, we should be able to get a nice, consistent breath. Notice my head is in a neutral position, so I'm not arching my head. I'm looking straight down at the mat, and it's always opposite arm, opposite leg. So this is called slow swim. Okay? Good. Okay. From here, go ahead and come up onto your elbows. This is called single leg kick. So we're really just working on flexibility in the knee joint, and we're working on hamstrings strengthening, but we're also relying upon our arms to hold our trunk up off of the mat. So I am going to lift my hips up off the mat, pulling my abdominals in so my back is nice and stable and flat. I'm going to pull one leg in, let it go, and pull the other leg in. Each time I pull a leg in, I'm going to focus on tightening my glutes and my hamstrings. And breathing, of course. Check yourself. Check if your abdominals are pulled up and in. Check to make sure you're engaging the hamstrings, the glutes. And check your breathing. Good. All right, come on down. Hands outside your chest, push up and back for low back stretch. Okay, we are going to practice our push-up leg pull down with our modified version, okay? So our knees will stay on the ground, we'll do our push-up, we'll come up into high plank, and then we'll do pull down on each leg. All right, so we're practicing this from our knees. Come out to a comfortable hand position right outside your shoulders here, keeping our trunk nice and strong. We're pushing up, come up to high plank, lift one leg, pull it back, come back to start with the other leg, pull it back. Remember, you're transitioning onto that heel. If you can, knees down, start again. And we'll go one more. And knees down, and kneeling tall position. Nice job. Okay, from here we're going to go into our kneeling tall position for some lean backs. So we did lean backs last week, right? We actually combined a couple moves too, but today we'll just do lean backs, and we're going to practice this with our arms out, okay? So that just means that we have more mass to consider because our arms are out away from us. So we're going to make sure that we only go back, lean back as far as we feel comfortable. You will notice the difference. If your arms are at your sides and then your arms are out away, it's different because your arms are away from your body, and a natural response to this leaning back is that your arms activate, okay? So we want to make sure that our arms and our trunk are one unit. So sometimes what happens is you want to lean back with your arms, right? Which arches your back, and we don't want that. So if this is too high, just bring your arms down and out, away from your body, okay? Nice and strong. Glutes are engaged. We're going to lean back. Keeping your back flat, no arch. Shoulders do not lead the back. It's all one unit, like a board, right? A piece of wood. Good. One more. Nice. All right, we're going to come down to our side on our elbow for some clam work. So we're going to work on some parted leg positioning. So our legs are bent, And so clam is when we are keeping our feet connected, ankles connected, and parting our knees, okay? So on our elbow here, we're just simply going to rest our arm here on our hip, keeping our abdominals nice and snug and tight. I'm just going to lift my knee up away from me, nice and strong in the hip here, and pull it down. So I'm going to try and create some resistance here, okay? Pressing away, lifting, and pulling down, creating resistance. So you're really tightening and strengthening this hip, okay? And this leg muscle here, these quadriceps here. So you should be able to feel these muscles working. So it's as if I was going to press on my outer leg here and I resist, okay, the hand or the weight. So we have our, what are called hip abductors that are working here. Good. All right. So now we're going to stay on our elbow and we're going to go into what's called a chest opener. So I'm going to keep my knees bent, but I'm going to be lifting my hips up off the mat, okay? So I'm going to lift my hips and push my hips forward, and I'm going to bring my hand behind my neck, and I'm simply going to rotate my bent elbow towards the ground here and lift my elbow up towards the ceiling. You see that? So nothing moves in my trunk or my arm. I'm simply rotating my upper chest here and lifting. So I'm not pulling my hips back or moving my trunk. It's a chest opener. So it's chest work, arm work here. You should feel this on that supporting arm, right? Good. All right, hips down. We're going to switch sides. We're going to do clams to start. On our elbow, feet connected, arm on hip. And we're going to lift and lower. Nice and tight and strong. Resist. One more. Good. All right. Knees stay bent. Hips come up. All right, we're going to bring this hand behind the neck and we're rotating the elbow down, lifting. So that upper back is really working. All right, bring your hips down, come over to a seated position, and knee hug. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and start again, second time through. So we're going to come on down, bring your knees with you, stay scooped, come down slowly. All right, head and shoulders are up. We're holding on to one leg static and the other leg is working. Out and in. Press that rear and lower back down into the mat. Breathing. Full extension. Anytime we are extending our legs or leg away from our body, let's go ahead and switch legs. We want to try and get the most out of this work. And that just simply means that we are tightening and contracting those muscles, okay? So pointing the toes, tightening, right? So being very deliberate about what you're doing, the work that you're doing, getting the most out of it. Last one. All right, head down, feet down. Nice. All right, so we're gonna go double leg, and so that's what that's outward arm sweep, okay, to the side. So bring both knees in, head and shoulders up, scooping, and we're gonna go ahead and extend and reach out and in. Again, both legs are working, but their muscles are contracted. I'm really focusing on tightening, but breathing. And rest. Head down, feet down, arms down, bridges. Here we go, up, hold, and down. Exhale, up, lock it in. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. One more. Exhale up. And inhale down. What I love about Pilates method is that I really feel like everything is intertwined, so interlocked. Like, we're not just bridging. What we're doing is we're strengthening those glutes and those inner pelvic muscles, floor muscles, and that lower back. We're strengthening there to help us be successful in another area. Does that make sense? So that exercise will absolutely strengthen your powerhouse for you to hopefully be able to do a roll-up, right? We're going to go ahead and go to crisscross, knees in. We're going to go bring our head and shoulders up. Jet plane. All right, one leg is doing the work. Go ahead and bring your hands behind your neck. And shoulders stay elevated, and we are going to rotate towards the moving leg. Bent leg in, rotate. Again, nice and flexed on the muscles when you extend. Scooping. Breathing. Last one. Good. Switch legs. Last one. Good. All right. Head and feet down. Next one is our double straight with that V position, lowering and then closing at the bottom and lifting together, okay? Legs are up, head and shoulders up, hands behind your neck, part your legs. Here we go. Lower, close, lift. Part at the top, close at the bottom. Last one. Good. Feet down, head down, arms down. Bridge with arm scissors. Here we go. Up, scissor, and down. Exhale up. Exhale up. And down. One more time. Exhale up and scissor. And down. Good. Go ahead and bring your legs or feet a little out away from you. Roll up holds. Here we go. And down. And up. And down. And up. And down. Last one. Up. And down. Roll to your side. Push yourselves up. Seated position. Roll down holds. Here we go. Hands on top. Collapse the spine. Let go and lean back. And up. And down. And up. And down. And up. And down. And up. Good. All right. From here, we are going to lean back on our hands with single leg extensions. All right. Hands back. Knees in. Rib cage up. And we're going to go ahead and extend out and in and out and in. Breathe. Flex the muscles. Lift that abdomen. Last one each leg. Good. Come forward, legs together, rowing. Really stretch forward, get a big stretch here if you can. So your last rowing. Go ahead and bend your knees. Seated balance. This one's going to be a little different. I'm going to bring my hands on top instead of underneath. Seated balance is the same, except now when I lift my left leg and open right here, I'm going to lift my left arm with my left leg. Come in, lift my right leg, slight opening, lift my right arm. Head down, head up, down. Just balancing here on the tailbone. A lot of hip work today. This is good for us. One more extension. Good. Seated V. Spine stretch. One more spine stretch. Good. All right, legs to the side for mermaid. Sitting up tall. So if you can, this time through, since we've been through this exercise already, See if you can just go a little bit deeper into that side bend, okay? So pulling a little bit more. And then maybe a little deeper, more bend in the elbow, so a bigger side stretch here. Make sure we're not compromising our seated posture. Last one. Good. Switch your legs. Sitting up tall and centered as much as possible. Here we go. Last one. So I hope you notice the difference the second time through, yeah? All right, let's go ahead and knee hug it out before we turn over. Center yourself. So we're going to turn over to our tummies. And we're going to practice that slow swim. All right, here we go. Turn over. All right, so remember our upper chest is up off of the mat. We're resting on that rib cage. One arm stays down, one leg stays down. We're going to lift right arm, left leg. Press the pelvis down, tighten the glutes, and come down. Left arm, right leg. Breathing continuously. Neutral neck. Look down at the mat. One more each side. Slide your elbows back. Lift your hips. Stabilize your back. And begin single leg kicks. So really connect with your hamstrings and your glutes right now. Can you feel what's happening here? So just like with the clams, I'm slowing it down and I'm really forcing the resistance here. Now I want you to connect with your abdomen. Is it pulled up and in? Now connect with your breathing. Continuous. Come on down. Hands outside the chest. Push up and back for low back stretch. All right, we have our push-up leg pull down modified. Bring your hands out. Remember, nice and strong in our trunk. Push up. Plank. Single leg pull down. Drop into that heel if you can. Knees down. right, kneeling tall when you're done. All right, this time, instead of the arms coming out to the sides, our arms are going to come forward. Same movement with the trunk, nice and stable here. We're going to lean back, arms forward. Concentration here. Your trunk is a board. One unit. Tighten those glutes. Pull those abdominals in. One more. Good. All right. Side, elbow, plans. Here we go. Up. Nice and tight and strong. Resist. Okay? Slow it down. So it's almost like a 3 count up, 3 count back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Staying strong the entire time. Tight. Good. Last one here. Okay. We're going to lift our hips. Push the hips forward, hand behind the neck, and chest openers. Just rotate the upper back and lift. Slow again. Again, almost like a 3 count down and a 3 count back. All right, hips down. Switch sides. Other side clam. Arm on hip. 3 count up, 3 count down. Here we go. Last one. Good. All right. Hips up. Hand behind your neck. Chest opener. One more. Good. Hips down, seated position for accordion. You did it. All right, hands over the knees. Remember, flat back at the top, lift the head, and collapse spine, lower the head on the down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. One more, up, and down. Good. All right, legs extended. Arm work today, we are practicing moving circles, okay? So we've done the circles up above, right? We did our figure eights. Now we're going to do circling. And so we're going to start from our side. We're going to circle forward, and then we're going to circle back. Okay? Keeping the palms down. Again, strong arms, strong seated posture. Even your legs are probably flexed, right? Because you're pushing your hips forward or your pelvis forward, your lower back forward. And so we want to create resistance with the arms. This is arm work. Here we go. Breathing, circle forward. Circle back. Forward. So shoulders are getting a nice burn here. Back. Strong shoulders helps with so many positions in Pilates, right? Not just the push-ups. Anytime we're on our side elbow, anytime we're, leaning back on our hands or our elbows. When we get into some other positions where our upper body needs to support our lower body or our trunk, strong shoulders, great. One more time. And this will be our last one, circling back. Good. All right, lean forward. Let it stretch. Just let your lower back go. All right, sit up tall. You're going to cross one leg over the other. And I'm just going to bring this bent knee in towards me, wrap my arms around, and just try to pull on this leg, get a nice outer hip stretch. And switch legs, cross, pull. And release. All right, you guys, we are done with session 1 of the week. Good job today. Self-assess. Like, how did you feel today about your work? Could you have done something a little bit better? Could you have contributed a little bit more? If not, you feel like really, really good about the quality work that you put in. We want to do that over and over and over, right? But anyway, we'll see you next time.